the Upshur County Commission to order. We'll have a moment of silent meditation and prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and approval of the minutes from our 2017 June 29th meeting.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioners, you had a chance to review the minutes of our June 29th, 2017 meeting.
I have.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
And moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it. Today we have a 9:15 scheduled appointment with Jackie Harrelman with the Make-A-Wish Foundation to discuss a Walk for a Wish event to be held on September 30th at 1:30. We have a presentation certificate of recognition to those who participated in the Lowe's Give Back Time project at the Bucktown Upshur Recreation Park. I'd like to welcome everybody to come up to that. We'll move on now with items for discussion, action, or approval. Item 1, order to approve the number of election officials and election commissioners for the October 7th, 2017 special election, the road bond election. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 2, order to approve the number of seats of emergency absentee voting commissioners for the October 7th, 2017 special election road bond. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 3, approval of recommendation to clarify title in the committee of LaVon James samples as submitted by Dave Mercedes Wright, Fiduciary Commissioner. The Fiduciary Commissioner recommends that the title of Jimmy G. Samples Sr. be clarified as committed. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 4, review and signature of correspondence to Tony O'Leary, Community Development Representative, in closing Community Development Block Grant, Small Cities Block Grant request for payment for the Elkins Road PSD Phase 3 water system improvements in the amount of $18,993. This is for drawdown request number 1. That need approved, doesn't it? Do you have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 5, approval and signature of letter of support for the VRWA's Swamp Run project as recommended by G. Paul Richter, VRWA, WCAP, Administrator's correspondence date June 26, 2018. This letter is intended to be used as VRWA's application for funds through the Office of Surface Mining Reclamation and Enforcement Watershed Cooperative Agreement Program to treat acidic mine drainage recommendation on Swamp Run. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 6, approval and signature of letter to Bolton Financial Advisory regarding James W. Curry's revocable trust agreement. After unanimous recommendation of the advisory board, the commission is requesting the consideration of dispersing an additional 10% of the interest earned in fiscal year 17 to each the James W. Curry Library and the park based on the improvements that have been made to both facilities. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Do we know what that 10% was all about?
It's not going to draw the principal down at all. This is access to be done.
You know how much more money that is?
$79,000.
How much?
79, and that's to be split between the library and the park.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 7, correspondence from Brian Cooper, West Virginia DOT Division of Highways District 7 Manager regarding the current lease with the Division of Highways for the Thomasville Radio Tower. The lease term is scheduled to expire on September 1, 2017. Approval of signature to renew the reference lease with the West Virginia DOT Division of Highways for another 5-year term. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 8, correspondence from Judith L. Williams, Director of James W. Curry Library, Public Library, requesting approval of the expenditures of $175 payable to Skate Land for the rink rental on August the 1st. This is for the grand finale event, the Build a Better World and Curry Kiva Club summer reading programs. Does that need approval today?
Yes.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 9, correspondence from Joseph B. Reed, MD, requesting the commission to consider ways to promote the concept of Go Green for all new construction, starting with the new building expected to be built in downtown Buchanan with the grant funding obtained by the Upshur County Development Authority. Dr. Reed suggests reducing permitting fees, conducting a general cost analysis of alternative choices, and involving environmental advocates in the deliberation.
This does not need approval, and I spoke with Dr. Reed when he brought this letter by and made sure that he also provided a copy to Robin for the Development Authority, and he had, I believe he's already been in discussion with Rob about potential garden area on the top roof level of the new building. So again, I think that Sam and I can commit to supporting that, the Development Authority.
Ultimately, it's the board's choice decision on that.
And our building fees, it's only $15.
Well, you won't even have a building permit fee because it's within city limits.
Okay. All right. Item 10, approval of advertisement for evening open swim on July 26, 2017 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. This is the county having the open swim. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it. Item 11, approval of Kerry Wallace signature of the Community Work Experience Program, CWEP, contract between West Virginia Department of Health and Human Resources and the Upshur County Commission as the contractor representative effective July 1, 2017 through June 30, 2018. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 12, approval of Terry Wall's signature of the joint opportunities for independent Independence, JOIN, joint contract between West Virginia Department of Health and the Human Resources and Upshur County Commission as the contractor representative effective June 1, 2017 through June 30, 2018. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 13, approval and signature of grant offering for airport improvement project number 3-54-0039-031, 2017, at the Upshur County Regional Airport in Buchanan, West Virginia. The project consists of undertaking the design phase of a project to construct a general aviation terminal building. The Federal Aviation Administration for and on behalf of the United States offers and agrees to pay 90% of the allowable cost, with the maximum obligation amount payable being $60,181. Did they change that? I thought that used to be 500.
I believe that it did used to be a 5% match, but they did increase it to a 10% match
Is that right?
last year or the year before.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 14, correspondence from Steve Butler, Upshur County Farmland Protection Board Chairman, requesting the appointment of Arlie Robinson. Upon approval, Mr. Robinson replacing Mr. Butler as Farm Bureau member. His term will begin July 1st, 2017 and expire on June 30th, 2021. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 15, correspondence from Joe Gower requesting consideration to be appointed as a community representative in the 3rd Magisterial District on the Upshur County Fire Board, Inc. Upon approval, Mr. Gower's term will be effective July 1st, 2017 and expire on June 30th, 2020.
Commissioner Covering, I need to make a correction to that. Mr. Gower is actually requesting to fill the unexpired term in the 2nd Magisterial District. So the term would actually expire in June 30th of 2018.
2018,
Yes, it's the vacancy.
and it's the 2nd district, not the 3rd. Okay.
Correct.
Aaron Harris.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 16,
Commissioner Carey?
it's 9:15. We have an appointment with Jackie Harriman with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Good morning.
Morning.
What are you doing?
Coming in.
Wonderful. Do y'all already have this information?
Yes.
Yeah, y'all have everything. There's a few more hangouts in here that I'd like to give you guys, if that's all right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Perfect. Well, if you could have a wish, what would it be? Would you go anywhere in the world, from Bora Bora to Spain? Would you meet your favorite celebrity, your favorite singer, your favorite athlete? Or would you wish to be something? Maybe a superhero or a police officer, just like Chris Gracious, who was actually our very first wish kid. 4 volunteers got together over 40 years ago, came together and said, we've got to make his one wish come true, to be a police officer. So in Phoenix, Arizona, with the help of 4 local volunteers, including Chris's mom and the Arizona Police Department, it happened. And so from that one single thought, Chris's mom said, this is so powerful, we've got to do it again. And so Make-A-Wish was born. And we have been here for over 40 years, and we are now the largest wish granting organization in the world. Think about that for a second. That's amazing. That's a lot of kids that need those wishes. So in order to continue to do that, we need your support. In fact, we have a local wish child here. His name is John. He's actually from right here in Buchanan. And he loves McDonald's. That's his absolute favorite thing, favorite food. He loves math. He loves to play video games. And he also likes that 70s show with Ashton Kutcher, of course. He's 9 years old and suffers from cystic fibrosis every day. And for anyone who may know anything about that illness, it is definitely life-changing. It's not only a lifetime battle, but it's an everyday battle that he has to go through doctor visits and treatments. And not only him, but it's his parents. They take time off of work, his siblings have to take time off of school, and it's a very difficult thing. So with supporters like you guys, his wish came true to meet Digger's Dungeon, and in specifics, Dennis Anderson. And he had a fantastic time. So in order to continue to make wishes come true, just like John's, who was right here from Buchanan, we need your support. So we have a fantastic event coming up. It's called Walk for Wishes. It will be held in Morgantown. However, 100% of the money will stay in Northern West Virginia. So I'm here to ask your support to make one wish, just like John's come true, right here in Upshur County. And we can definitely make sure that if you guys create that fund for any wish child, it will definitely be an Upshur County child, absolutely. The average cost of a wish is about $4,500. So according to the different levels in the packet, we would love to ask your support for $5,000 so that it would cover the expenses for at least one wish, which is great. And then also we want you to invite you guys to form a team. It's free, and come out and support us and have a good time. And just bring friends and family. We'll have a lot of fun activities. But just remember, at the end of the day, in order for us to send our kids to Spain and Bora and to meet favorite cities like John's, or maybe even just to have something like a puppy or a guitar. It could be anything and everything, and the sky is the limit. We truly, genuinely believe that. It is all about the wish child, and that's the way we're here. So we would love your support. Do you have any questions about anything? Or want any other information?
The organization, I think it's a great thing.
Well, we appreciate that.
We'll go over the information,
Wonderful.
put our heads together, and see what we might do.
That sounds great. That's all we're asking. Thank you guys so much for letting
Thank
me
you
come and
for
visit you. I appreciate it. Y'all take care and have a great day.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Our next appointment is at 1:30. We'll move on to decisions, actions, or approval. Item 16, correspondence from Elizabeth E. Kelly for the 26th Judicial Circuit Community Corrections Day Report Center, Upshur County Office, announcing her resignation effective July 6, 2017. Item may lead to executive session for West Virginia Code 6-9A-4. Does anybody request to go into executive session? Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it. Item 17, review and approval of request for appointment of Kelly Boyer as a part-time case aide for the 26th District Judicial Circuit Community Corrections Day Report Center, Upshur County Office, effective July 17, 2017, pending background check results. Upon approval, her rate of pay will be $10 per hour, and she will work up to 19.5 hours per week. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no, the ayes have it. Correspondence from Tabitha Arthur, Assistant Administrator, announcing the resignation of Allie Williams, BU Recreation Department lifeguard, effective June 29, 2017. Item may lead to executive session per West Virginia Code 6-9A-4. Does anyone request to go into executive session? Do I have a recommendation, motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Moving second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it. Item 19, correspondence from Amy E. Arbogast, 911 Communications Center telecommunicator, announcing her resignation effective July 7, 2017. Item may lead to executive session for West Virginia Code 6-98-4. Does anybody wish to go into executive session? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 20, approval of application for donated leave. Item may lead to executive session for West Virginia Code 6-98-4. Does anyone wish to go into executive session? Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. Moved second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Item 21, approval of granting leave under the Family and Medical Leave Act. Item may lead to executive session for West Virginia Code 6-98-4. Anyone wish to go into executive session? Motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Moving second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. For your information items. Item 1, Public Service Commission, West Virginia Commission Order issued June 22nd, 2017 regarding wireless enhanced 911 fees. This order increases the wireless enhanced 911 fee from $3 to $3.34 per month per subscriber to become effective July 1, 2017.
Commissioner Humphrey, I just want to make it clear that the county will not receive that additional 34 cents. If you look on page 1 of the order, it explains the split. There are 3 different ways that the 34 cents will be split, and then the remainder will be sent to the county. So rather than doing the calculation up front, in speaking with Doyle, we thought it would be better to wait to see how deposits come in, and then we can calculate what the increase is, because we're expecting it to be pretty minor as far as the county is concerned.
Okay. That needs approval, though.
No.
Does not, okay. Thank you, Gary. Item 2, correspondence from Gary Duffield dated June 21st, 2017, enclosing a letter that he sent to the Banks District Volunteer Fire Department asking for the specific reason as to why his membership was terminated. We're still waiting to hear back from the prosecutor to see if we have any authority in that matter.
Yes, I received this on June 26th and sent it to the prosecuting attorney's office for review. Mr. Boylan has been out and is very busy with his caseload right now, so I haven't gotten a chance to speak with him. As far as I'm aware, you don't have much authority over volunteer fire departments. In other counties, sometimes there is more authority because they provide funding to them out of the general county budget. Of course, you know you don't provide funding to volunteer fire departments out of your general county budget. The fire board provides the funding. However, the commission does appoint fire board members. So I don't know if this is something that may be referred to magistrate court or maybe the ethics commission. I'm not sure, but we're waiting to speak with Dave Garland to get a recommendation on how to move forward.
That would probably be the best way for the fire board to handle that issue too. Wait, see what government has to say. Because I'm not so sure they've got much authority either. Each one of them is a separate 501c3. Maybe the Secretary of State's office. They're the ones that issue the corporate paper.
I did find one code reference, West Virginia Code 12-4-14, and it states volunteer fire departments receiving formula distributions pursuant to the additional fire and casualty insurance premium tax. have to submit their sworn statements of annual expenditures or done by certified public accountants every year to the legislative auditor. So I don't know, maybe if that's someone that would look into this later.
Well, I just don't think that the county commissioners need to be having in the fire department when they got their own chiefs got their own boards and the fire board. I think that's something they should do with that. I don't think this county commission should be telling who they can keep, who they can't keep, or whatever. I think that should be up to them departments and the board that represents the departments.
Unless we hear something different from Dave Cutler, I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree. I think waiting to hear what Dave has to say. Just like you said, it's just one of those things that I don't know if it's really our place to tell them what to do or how to run the boards.
And I agree with you, Sam.
Okay. Moving on, Upshur County E911 communication reports for May and June 2017. Item 4, correspondence from Tabitha R. Gray, Assistant Administrator, to Thomas Moats regarding his property located in Warren Tax District, Tax Map 6C, Parcel 4, Number 4, during a regularly scheduled commission meeting conducted on June 22, 2017. The commission moved to grant Mr. Moats a 60-day extension to bring the property into full compliance with the ordinance. Have you sent the letter?
Yes, the letter's been sent.
Okay. Item 5, Upshur County Sheriff's financial statement for the period ending May 2017. 6, Upshur County Animal Control / Humane Officer, dog report, June 2017. 7, Lewis Upshur Animal Control Facility cat report, June 2017. 8, Upshur County Building Permits, June 2017. 9, newsletters and or event notification. 10, agendas and or notice of meetings. 11, meeting minutes. 12, meetings. 13, appointments needed or upcoming. Certain items may require citizen action or approval by the commission. Tabled items, we're still waiting to hear back from the Census Bureau representative. Next regular meeting of the Upshur County Commission is July 20, 2017, 9 a.m. Upshur County Courthouse Annex. And hopefully we don't have any more today.
Thank you, Jim.